How's it going, Dom? I'm gonna be reacting to a video and editing for the first part. I don't know how long I'm gonna be doing that. Probably like 30 minutes to an hour. So then I'm gonna hop on Gears 5. If you are hankering for some Gears. Damn, what'd you get for McDonald's, man? Wait, they got pancakes at McDonald's? What? Oh, I'm gonna have to try that. I'm gonna have to try that shit. And sweet tea is always good. Oh, I love sweet tea. I love me some sweet tea. But I did not know they had pancakes. What? Did they always have pancakes at McDonald's? Somebody's hiding something from me. Yo, this is no longer a Gears 5 stream. It's gonna be Arc Raiders. I'm gonna be going in with a Kettle 1 and killing people with bobcats. Yo, is sea salt spray good for hair? I've been using it the past couple days, and my hair is amazing. Can I make this an Arc Raiders channel? It is now. Sea salt can dry. I condition a fuck ton. And my hair is like naturally pretty oily. So lately I've been using probably like one spray on each side. Not like a fuck ton. It's like cause I got long hair. So it's like I put it on top, one spray on back, one spray on right, one spray on left. I don't know if that's too much. But the spray bottle doesn't shoot out a lot, so do you think Jack Black's ever gonna play a serious role in his life? Come on. Nacho Libre is so trash. Dude, Nacho... If the funniest joke in your fucking movie is a fart, that shit is butt. Nice Sonic Adventure 2 background music. Oh, I love Sonic Adventure 2. I had to put it on the track list. Unironically, a beautiful looking movie. Yeah, right. Is it really? It's been so long since I've seen that. I don't remember being particularly taken aback by the scenery. I know when I was watching it. Yeah, right. Yeah, fucking right. When I was watching it, my friends wouldn't stop telling me that it reminded them of King's background. Yeah, you're fucking lying. Oh man, this dude, this fucking video I'm editing. Every time I press play, it takes like 10 minutes to play. But okay. So Extra Father uploaded a video, and it obviously has to do with Gears 5. So I have to look at it because I'm a Gears 5 defender. Well, it might have to do with Gears 4 as well. It's about like the series as a whole, I think. And as the Gears 5 defender, I have to watch it. He's been posting polls about Gears 5. I think I commented on one. I commented on one of them. And my comments are always right, and everybody else's comments are always wrong, even if they agree with me, because I'm the right one. Yeah, ha 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 ha. Man, this song is so dope. Okay, hopefully I don't get too distracted, because I'll be editing. Alright, we're swapping to it. We're swapping vision. Where is it? Where is it? Fuck. No, not that. Fuck. There's so many tabs I have open right now. Oh my god. Alright. I know I had so many tabs open. Okay. Okay. Boom, right there. Okay, we're watching some Extra Father. That's my boy. That's my boy right there. But I will kill him with a gun. No, in Minecraft.
4-4.
Ah, that's not. Oh, already going on to 5. Look at that. Oh, we are. Here, let's see. Political violence. There's some real conversations to be had about that shit. All right. Okay, let's defend Gears 5. Let's defend Gears 5. We got it.
Gears of War 4 and Gears 5 had some incredible ideas. A new generation of heroes, the son of Marcus Phoenix, the granddaughter of Queen Mira. A new threat, a real chance to continue one of the gaming's greatest stories. But the more I replay these games, the more I realize something was missing. The problem wasn't the characters. It wasn't even the direction they wanted to take the franchise. The problem was the writing. So many important...
Okay, oh, directly! The writing. Okay, let's fucking get it. This is my jam. Okay, this is my jam.
Moments were rushed. Characters constantly changed depending on what the story needed. Emotional moments happened off-screen. And some of the biggest decisions in the new trilogy left me asking one question. Why? Today, I want to talk about why I think the writing in Gears of War 4 and Gears 5 held these games back, the missed opportunities with characters like JD, Kate, Del, and why the new saga never reached the same emotional impact as the original trilogy. I'll get into all that in just a second, but before I do, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. We're getting really close to 10,000 subscribers here on YouTube. This has been an amazing journey to keep doing what I'm doing on YouTube, so it's been pretty dang cool. But in order to keep doing what I'm doing, consider becoming a member to the channel.
Become a member too. Everybody pay $10 or whatever, however much.
One of the biggest reasons Gears 4 and Gears 5 never connected with me is something I call the MCU problem.
Oh my god, no, already the MCU. Okay, let's engage.
No, this isn't me saying, oh, Marvel is bad. It's about a specific style of writing that's become incredibly common over the last decade. It's the idea that every serious moment needs to be undercut by a joke. Every emotional scene needs to have someone crack a one-liner. Instead of letting the audience sit with a moment, the script immediately tries to lighten the mood. Now compare this to the original trilogy. The original games absolutely had humor. Baird constantly made sarcastic comments, Cole was loud, over the top, and unforgettable. Even Marcus had dry one-liners that fans still quote nearly 20 years later. The difference is those jokes came from characters themselves. Baird usually joked because that's just how he dealt with stress. Cole joked because he genuinely...
Wait, let him finish this. Let him
came from characters themselves. Baird usually joked because that's just how he dealt with stress. Cole joked because he genuinely loved being larger than life. And after getting into Asphalt Fields, Cole just keeps making...
Oh, what about Dom and Marcus? You think he's gonna say about Dom and Marcus?
Which is awesome. And Marcus wasn't always trying to entertain the player. He was just blunt, exhausted, and occasionally unintentionally funny. The humor revealed personality. It wasn't there to interrupt tension. Think about some of the darkest moments in the trilogy. Those scenes don't stop to remind you that you're playing a video game. Nobody says, well, that just happened. The writers trusted the audience to feel for themselves. And because of that, those moments stayed with players like me for years. Now, if we look at Gears 4, the game constantly feels like it's afraid to take anything seriously for too long. Even though there are some touchy scenes, the characters are always just fucking talking, always joking, always making comments during combat. Even when something dangerous or horrifying is happening, someone usually has something witty to say. Instead of building dread, the dialogue often tells you everything is still fun. The Locusts used to feel terrifying. You often saw
he's kind of cooking with this. Wait, he is cooking with this. He's cooking with this.
The game what the Locusts were capable of, but the Swarm, however, often feels like an obstacle just for the next conversation. One thing I noticed replaying Gears 4 is how little silence there actually is. In the original games, there were stretches where all you heard was the wind, explosions, footsteps, music. Those quiet moments let the world breathe. They let the atmosphere sink in, creating this tension of this is a world of itself. Gears 4 rarely ever gives you that. Another problem is that many of the jokes just don't feel character-driven. They feel writer-driven. There's a big difference. When Baird insults Marcus, that's just Baird. When Cole starts shouting because he's excited, that's just Cole. When Marcus gives a dry response, that's just Marcus. You instantly know who's speaking. In Gears 4, JD, Del, and Kate often have a very similar style of humor. If you remove the names from the subtitles, there are a lot of exchanges...
That is true on this one. But their characters are all a bit samey. I think those jokes are still character-driven. I think the jokes are still character-driven, but the complaint can more so be about the jokes being the same.
Where it would actually be difficult to tell who the hell is even talking. That's a huge sign that the dialogue isn't distinctive enough. Strong characters have unique voices and lines. Remember what Gears used to be? Humanity has already lost. Billions are dead. Every soldier has lost friends. Families have been wiped out completely. This isn't a world where people should constantly sound relaxed. That's why Marcus, Dom, Hoffman, and Anya always felt believable. You could hear the way...
This is a completely different world, though. Gears of War 4 and 5 are completely different, or not completely different worlds, but they the main characters who are brought up grew up in a completely different world. So their reaction to certain scenarios are going to be completely different, but there is argument to be made that around the time Marcus gets kidnapped is about the time they should start taking things a lot more serious, especially JD and Del.
Weight of the war and how they spoke. Even when they joked, it felt earned because it came after years of surviving impossible odds. Like for instance, in Gears of War 3, the bacon scene from Clayton. I mean, this is just a classic. He's so hungry for some actual food that he starts to fantasize about bacon, and Baird is willing to risk Sam for some bacon. Obviously, it's a fucking joke, but it makes sense. In Gears 4, it often feels like the humor exists.
Wait, but what? Like, okay, wait.
because the writers are worried the audience might get bored if things stay serious for too long. I think that's why the original trilogy still feels timeless, and that's a big part of why I can play
that
Gears of War.
scene right there that he's playing though, this is a scene that is played for serious like the entire time. I feel like this scene is a very good demonstration of a serious event that's taken serious. But there are other moments within the game that are not taken as serious.
Things stay serious for too long. I think that's why the original trilogy still feels timeless, and that's a big part of why I can play Gears of War 2 and Gears of War 3 without forcing myself to. It committed to its identity, and it let scenes breathe. It respected dramatic moments enough to leave them alone. When something terrible happened, the game didn't immediately try to make you smile. It wanted you to sit with that feeling. And that's what made those moments memorable. By comparison, Gears 4, and to a lesser extent Gears 5, often feels uncomfortable with silence. The writers seem eager to keep the conversations moving, to keep the energy up, and to make every interaction entertaining. But Gears was never at its best when it was trying to entertain you every second. It was at its best when it wasn't afraid to be heavy, quiet, and uncomfortable. That's the tone that defined the franchise, and it's a big part
it is a tone
of why the newer games feel so different to longtime fans.
It is a tone that that Gears of War is used to, but the way I can justify it with them speaking a lot is because it's not bad writing. It's the fact that there's so much development that the developers are trying to give to the characters. That's a lot more, because in Gears of War 1, 2, 3, you have moments where people cut one another off because they're talking too much. Which cuts scenes short, which cuts character development a bit short, and primarily are used to speak as a caricature instead of a caricature. So I feel like some characters like Dom will have comments about about his worries about Maria and stuff like that. Marcus tends to stay quiet because Marcus obviously isn't so talkative. And there are moments where Baird literally won't shut up, right? He'll call you over to walkie just to complain. He'll complain in the moment. So I think there is a difference between the two writing teams. But with TC, they are trying to make these characters feel alive, and feel more warranted to be in the game. Oh, in the games you talk too much, Dom. You're too worried about your wife, man. You gotta get over that.
One of the biggest problems I have with Gears 4 and Gears 5 is Del. Not because I hate him, actually, I don't. The problem is that after 2 full games, I still really don't know who Del is. And that's a huge issue for someone who's supposed to be one of the main characters of the franchise. Here's a question I want everyone watching to answer. If I asked you to describe Marcus in 3 words, you probably could. Stoic, loyal, relentless, ask someone about Dom. Selfless, emotional, family first. Baird, arrogant, brilliant, sarcastic. Cole, passionate, fearless, charismatic. Even if someone disagrees with those exact words, they'd probably come up with something similar because those characters have very clear identities. Now do the same thing for Del. Really think about it.
Del is... Oh, wait. 1 second, I'm editing this. Del, he is... What word would you even give it? Like a the water off the back type of guy. I would say happy-go-lucky. He's more so happy-go-lucky. He's delicate, and he's very driven. More so driven to help other people. What word would that be? Supportive. Supportive, happy-go-lucky. Happy-go-lucky needs to be shortened into 1 word though. Optimistic? No, because that's not jokey. Yeah, not selfless. What word would that... If you're happy-go-lucky, what is a word for that? Also handsome. He's very handsome. Handsome man. Joyful. Yeah, I'll say joyful. Yeah. Joyful, delicate, and supportive. Those are 3 words I could easily give to Del after playing 2 games. I would say optimistic, but I don't think he's always optimistic, but he's always willing to crack a joke, even if it's at somebody's expense. But but yeah, it's I'll just say joyful for it. So joyful, supportive. What was the fucking other one I said? Joyful, supportive, and delicate. That's what he is. Um, and the delicate part, it's what you call it? It's shown multiple times, especially in Gears of War 5, how he's like he has like really soft hands and stuff like that, I guess. And he grew up in the city. He's like a city boy, and he has banter with Kate, where Kate's kind of like the hard hands-on one, while he is like the one who's like doing a lot of things with tech because he's a tech guy. Um, Supportive because he will literally follow you anywhere you go if he thinks that you need the help. He follows JD and Kate into certain death, even though they don't even ask him to. And then joyful, he's just willing to crack a joke and just like bounce off of you whenever you got shit to say. Like those are characteristics of Dell. I wonder what Extra Father's gonna try to say about it, but I feel like if he doesn't even comment on those characteristics, he might just not like Dell or something. I don't know. You're playing Judgment for the seriously judgmental achievement, which you like, dude. I was doing that. That shit's kind of difficult.
Job is prismatic. Even if someone disagrees with those exact words, they'd probably come up with something similar because those characters have very clear identities. Now do the same thing for Dell. Really think about it. Not what his job is, not that he's good with technology. Who is Dell as a person? What does he believe? What drives him? What scares him? The game never gives
those are different. Those are different. Those are completely wait. Those are good questions, but those are different than describing a character. Cause if we were to base it off of if we were to base it off of the criteria of describing like what their goals are, what drives them and stuff like that, Cole, Marcus, and Baird would not be good characters in this instance. But describing a character is not like having them fit certain criterias which make them like a full character, if that makes sense. Like Jace doesn't have any goals in the games, but he's naive, he's pessimistic, and he's hot-headed. So like that doesn't make him a good character just because you could describe the way he acts. But let's see what he has to say about this.
Clear identities. Now do the same thing for Dell. Really think about it. Not what his job is, not that he's good with technology. Who is Dell as a person? What does he believe? What drives him? What scares him? The game never gives us answers. Most of Dell's personality revolves around who he's reacting to. When he's with JD, he's JD's best friend. When he's with Kate, he's...
Yeah, reactionary characters are a thing. But I think reactionary characters are more so for characters who act upon their reaction and not just like stand back to react. So hopefully he touches on that. Glad someone is giving the newer games their due credit. Look, I think Gears 4 is my favorite fucking Gears game. And then Gears 5. Gears 5 is overhated, but I do see the big flaws that people dislike in it. Why no Jason the new series either? We know next to nothing about him after ROM DLC. Michael B. Jordan is not interested. That sucks. I don't know. He's not dead. So we can still definitely get Jason. Maybe he just wasn't that big of a character for some fans. I don't think I've ever played multiplayer and like found somebody who played Jace on the regular. I like his design and everything. I like a lot of things about him. I think he's cool in the comics and stuff. With like the couple of stories that he takes place in. But I don't know. The games didn't really push him as a character to enjoy. Or I guess not enjoy, but like connect with, because he was just kind of there to be there.
He's Kate's emotional support. When Marcus is around, he's respectful. When Baird is around, he's the guy asking the questions. His role constantly changes depending on who he's talking to. But very rarely does Dell walk into a scene and completely change its direction because of his personality. Think about Marcus for a second. Marcus doesn't adapt to the room adapts to Marcus. His presence changes every conversation. Same with Baird, same with Cole, hell, even Hoffman. The personalities shape the story. Dell usually follows the story.
Those are different characters though. Wait.
Marcus doesn't adapt to the room adapts to Marcus. His presence changes every conversation. Same with Baird, same with Cole, hell.
Yeah, they're different characters. I do agree that that all the characters he listed do change scenes. Um, and Dell does have some writing issues, mainly in terms of like how he's portrayed, but I feel like the role that he fits in as the role to be like the support, I feel like he fits that role pretty fine.
Even Hoffman. Their personalities shape the story. Dell usually follows the story instead of shaping it. One of the biggest missed opportunities is his...
Also, it's because the stories are revolving around them, and this story doesn't revolve around Dell. Dell doesn't have much part in this story, in either story, but he is there to be support.
Relationship with JD. Gears 4 tells us these two are basically brothers, but most of that relationship is built on dialogue telling us they've been friends for years. We don't really get those moments that define why they're friends. What's the foundation of the friendship? What do they admire about each other? What do they disagree on? How do they challenge each other? The games don't spend much time...
Wait. That's not a good point either, because Gears of War 1 or 2 don't really touch that as well. Because like Gears of War 1 and 2 and even 3 to some extent, we're like supposed to believe that they're brothers and like and have this like really close bond, but the games never even mention Carlos, and that is how they're connected. So I don't think we need to know why they're friends or anything. And I feel like Gears of War 4 gives more of an explanation of JD and Dell being best friends than Marcus and Dom being best friends in Gears 1 through 3. In Gears 1 through 3, you're kind of just under the assumption that they've known each other at least for a long time. But I don't think you ever get any reason for them to be best friends. You don't need a reason for people to be best friends. I feel like the fact that JD and Dell are even similar in character, I feel like that's, although maybe flawed with some narrative, I feel like that's a good tell that they're best friends, especially since they riff off of each other all the time. And what else did he say?
Telling us they've been friends for years. We don't really get those moments that define why they're friends. What's the foundation of the friendship? What do they admire about each other?
We don't know how, like, exactly like the day they met or how they met or anything. We don't know. In the games, it doesn't tell us that Dell is a orphan. But we do know they went to the same school together. I forgot whether it's the same boarding school together or the same like boot camp or whatever together for the COG. I forgot which one they went to together. But that's where their friendship grew. I think it was boarding school, because I think they're childhood friends. So they've known each other for a long time, and it's mentioned within the games, or at least hinted at in the games, or at least referred to or alluded to or whatever. But I feel like we get a good grasp on their friendship, and it all leans on JD low-key.
What do they disagree on? How do they challenge each other? The game...
We know what they disagree... Wait.
Don't spend much time with it. Then Gears 5 shifts focus...
Wait, we know what they disagree on. We know for a fact what they disagree on. Gears of War 5 happens because they disagree on something gigantic.
To Kate, and Dell simply shifts with it. He immediately becomes Kate's companion for almost the entire game. The problem is, he doesn't seem conflicted enough. This is where I think the writing really lets him down. Imagine being Dell. JD has been your best friend for years. You've risked your lives together.
Campaign alone, I have trouble seeing how 4 is the best of all of them. I'm trying my best to be fair with your points. 1 might be the weakest. 1 might, like Gears of War 1 might be the weakest in the series. I believe so. But 4, I really like 4 in terms of story, because it's a really nice, it's not like a super gigantic story, obviously. It's something, I like smaller, more personal stories. I do think it's really awesome that like Gears of War 2 and 3 are like very over the top, really in your face with like all the stuff you do, literally saving the world, going through a giant worm, going through these evil scientist laboratories and stuff. But I think Gears of War 4, in terms of like actual story, I think it does a really nice job at putting these new characters in similar boots that their parents went through, on like their own journey with these new monsters that are coming back from the dead, pretty much. Um, and in terms of story, like Gears of War 2 has events, but a story doesn't necessarily like happen. Like there isn't necessarily a goal to push you forward, right? In Gears of War 2, like you're going down into the Hollow just to kill Locust. And Dom's really the only one with a goal. And truthfully, if Gears of War 2 did what Gears of War 5 did and like swap characters to like Dom instead of keeping it on Marcus in Gears 2, I feel like I'd fuck with that heavy. Because Gears 2 is Dom's story. Gears of War 2, like Dom is the main character of Gears 2. So ooh. Yeah, I like very personal stories, and I like the attempt, and I like the set pieces and everything that you go through for Gears of War 4. I like how it's like history that survived during the Pendulum Wars, that got settled or repurposed during the Locust Wars, and are now left abandoned, but also being repurposed again for the Swarm invasion. Like I think that not necessarily storytelling, but the implication that these places are forever going to be torn by war, I feel like that's really cool. Yeah. Yeah. So I really fuck with 4. I really fuck with 4 heavy. How's it going, Ben Carmine? Also, what
He
did he say
immediately
here?
becomes Kate's companion for almost the entire game. The problem
Also, I hope he doesn't ignore Act 1 of Gears of War 5, because Act 1 in Gears 5 explains not only something that Del and JD disagree on, but it explains why Del is even going with Kate anywhere. Or closer to Kate. So I hope he touches on that, because that is a very big point in one of the like the crux of Gears 5's narrative.
do they disagree on? How do they challenge each other? The games don't spend much time with it. Then Gears 5 shifts focus to Kate, and Del simply shifts with it. He immediately becomes Kate's companion for almost the entire game. The problem is, he doesn't seem conflicted enough. This is where I think the writing really lets him down. Imagine being Del. JD has been your best friend for years. You've risked your lives together. You've trusted each other with everything. Then something terrible happens at Settlement 2. Now you're caught between your lifelong best friend and someone you also care about. That's incredible dramatic potential. Del should be torn apart by the decision. Instead, it feels surprisingly straightforward.
Wait. Wait. Yeah, because he's upset with JD. JD doesn't want to talk to him about it. And he gets closer to Kate, who's also his best friend, right? JD, Kate, and Del are all best friends. One best friend does some fuck shit and then neglects best friend 2 and 3. Best friend 2 and 3 are going to confide in one another. And throughout the entirety of Gears of War 5, they speak about JD every chance they get, pretty much. Like, is he still going to be like this? Why do you think he turned out like this? How long do you think he was planning on keeping it from us? These are all questions that they speak about when you're in the overworld in Gears 5. He did ignore that JD and Foz, ignore the JD and Foz riot control. Again, something I wanted to see, not hear about. Yeah, I wish we saw something more of Settlement 2. I feel like that would be a lot more impactful if we actually got to see the situation that went down there. But we get, I guess, like a general idea, but it could honestly just be the way it sounds. Like maybe if we saw it, it would be more reasonable to be on like JD's side or something. But with the way it's said and the way it's explained or talked about, it really does seem like JD is like the one 100% in the wrong here. So yeah, that is a sort of issue with the narrative.
Spends most of the game siding with Kate, while JD is literally pushed to the background. That's one of my biggest...
JD pushes himself to the background. JD pushes himself to the background, and we see this by the way they speak to each other and act within Act 2 after Oscar dies. We see that he pushes himself to the background. He's pushed away so many things in his life, and now he refuses to even try to speak to Kate and Del.
frustrations with Dell. He rarely forces difficult conversations. Imagine if Dell had defended JD more often. Imagine if he challenged Kate. Imagine if he said, I know what happened was wrong.
Wait. Why did he phrase it like that? What does he mean? What does he mean? Defend JD more often or challenge Kate? Well, I know he doesn't like Kate, and I know he likes JD more. So defend JD. Defend JD from what? Because I don't think, like, yes, it is true that they don't really have disagreements or anything. I don't think Kate needs to be attacked for anything verbally. I don't think Kate needs much pushback with what she's doing. In JD, I don't think enough happened within the events of Gears 4 or 5 to defend JD. And Dell obviously isn't going to defend him here with something that he's ideologically opposed to. And he is the only one at Settlement 2 that did not pull the trigger. So he is super against shooting into crowds of protesters. He is super against it. So he is not going to even attempt to defend JD here. JD should try to talk himself out of it by apologizing and trying to at least come to an understanding. But he stutters over his words here and then stops trying to talk to anybody altogether. How old are the kids between the two games? These guys? The first game happens, and that's Gears 4. I think they're around like super early 20s in Gears 4. And then I think months pass, and then Gears of War 5 happens. I think months pass, Gears of War 5 happens, and then more months pass, if not years pass. No, I think a couple months still pass, and then Gears of War 5 Kate section happens. So they're still in their 20s. They're still in their 20s.
But you weren't there.
Still getting used to war, right?
Or you don't know what he had to decide. Now you've got some real conflict. Now Dell has convictions of his own.
No, but Dell is super ideologically composed to firing on protesters, whether or not they were throwing Molotovs. Dell is super against it. This is the one thing Dell would not defend. So it's like that's the whole conflict here. JD, son of Marcus Phoenix, does something so indefensible, and his two best friends have to deal with it because fucking Lieutenant Pedigree isn't apologizing or owning up to it. He's trying to justify it.
Pushed to the background. That's one of my biggest.
Well, not justify it. He's trying to water it down, or I don't know the right term for it. I don't know what term I'd use for it, but he's trying to explain the situation, but feels like nobody is gonna listen to him, so he stops talking. But everybody is upset with him about this. Marcus is upset with him even. Like, look right here.
Frustrations with Dell. He rarely forces difficult conversations. Imagine if Dell had defended JD more often.
Yeah, I don't know what else he'd have to defend JD on, like, at all.
Imagine if he challenged Kate. Imagine if he said, I know what happened.
And there's definitely nothing to challenge Kate on. Well, nothing huge, at least. I feel like if they have any disagreements within Gears of War 5, which they don't necessarily do, I feel like it would be on smaller things, because he's the one that wanted to go along with her to find out her connection to the Swarm. I'm not sure if she did anything super indefensible there.
Wrong, but you weren't there, or you don't know what he had to decide. Now you've got some real conflict. Now Dell has convictions of his own. Instead, in the game, he often feels like he's there to reinforce Kate's perspective,
because he agrees with Kate's perspective. That's his character. His character is that he is more in line with Kate, because mind you, Dell is the one that wanted to leave the COG after Settlement 2. It was not JD's want. It was Dell's want. Dell, ideologically, is more in line with Kate than he is JD. That is the entire point of this conflict within Gears of War 5. You cannot change that in any way and have Del act the same. JD could have ordered the firing of non-lethal rounds to the civvies, but it backfired when lethal rounds were fired instead. The mistake is still JD's. Yes. Like, I don't think we know if they even had a choice between shock enforcers and regular enforcers. But for the sake of argument, let's say they didn't have a choice. Because if they did have a choice, it would be quadruple fucked up on JD's part to willingly shoot live rounds into protesters. So for the sake of argument, let's say that he only had live rounds, because that would leave that as the only choice of suppression. Del does not agree with that. He is the only one that didn't pull the trigger, and he mentions that he's the only one that didn't pull the trigger. So obviously he's not going to defend JD here. He's not going to say you didn't know what he had to go through, because he knows exactly what JD had to go through, except for making the call, because he heard the call and didn't pull the trigger. So he understands how convoluted things were that day. But that still doesn't justify JD shooting even like innocent civilians. It's eerie how JD has 0 grandparents and Kate's is the one that was genetically tampered to destroy the world by scientists in the backrooms. Yeah, I feel like that's a good parallel that they share too. I guess not parallel, but like opposition that they share with each other. JD also could have been pressured by his superiors like Jin to shoot the civvies. JD still has to take responsibility for his role somehow. Yeah, that's the thing that he doesn't take responsibility. The whole reason I even think JD should die at the end of Gears of War 5 is because he tried to push the swarm problem away, just like he pushes everything else away. Like it's his fault. Well, not his fault. He's not responsible for any of this. But he is doing things and not taking responsibility, or not taking things as seriously as they should be taken. JD is a flawed character, and his flaw is not taking responsibility. JD could also be a scapegoat. He could be a scapegoat, but he seems super guilty and remorseful about the lives that were lost. So I'm not sure if he was a scapegoat. I think he actually did make the call.
His strengths don't really become personality traits. Yes, Del is technically smart. He understands technology. He works with Baird. But intelligence isn't a fucking personality. Being good with machines tells us what someone can do. It doesn't tell you who they are. Baird is also a genius.
We see. Wait, Del's enjoyment of technology shows how geeky he could be. It shows how stuck up he could be, and he uses his intelligence to attack Foz whenever Foz is acting up. In Vasgar, he will pull out these specific words and components and just like ideas, and he says it around Foz just to kind of like try to pinch at him a little bit. So he uses it to kind of like fuck with people. He accidentally goes into different he starts speaking in tech jargon around Kate, and Kate doesn't understand any of it. So she's like, okay, I guess I'll just pretend like I understood what you said. His enjoyment for tech literally goes into like the sensitivity of him and his like aversion to like actual like battle and war and stuff like that. What if Del's autistic like Baird? He might be. Just on like a different side of it. But yeah, that Gears 4 didn't show it all too well, but Gears 5 I feel like does a pretty okay job at showing Del's character and how he interacts with technology, and how that technology and enjoyment of it affects how he speaks to other people.
But Baird's intelligence is tied to his ego, his sarcasm, his impatience, and eventually his leadership. You can feel his personality in every line of dialogue. Del's technical skills rarely reveal anything deeper about him. And then there's the ending. The fact that players argue over whether to save JD or Del.
Oh no. Please. Oh, I hope he's gonna say we gotta kill Del. Oh no! What I think is if you let Dell die, you miss the entire point of Gears of War 5. You miss the entire point of Gears of War 5 if you let Dell die.
Says a lot. For many people, the choice wasn't difficult because they had a deep emotional connection to Dell. It was difficult because of what JD represented to the overall story, or because Marcus had already lost so much. That's telling. Dell had 2 entire games to establish himself as one of the franchise's core characters. Yet when the biggest decision of his life arrives, much of the conversation revolves around everyone else. I don't think Dell is a bad person. I don't think he's annoying. I don't even think he's badly acted. His voice actor is actually pretty damn solid. I think he's underwritten. That's a difference. The writers made him dependable, kind, and intelligent. Those are good qualities, but they stopped there. They never gave him the defining flaws, beliefs, contradictions, or internal struggles that make characters memorable. Because the most memorable
that is true. That is true. I feel like the complaint can kind of stop there in some way, right? Well, I guess I don't know. Because I feel like the other things he complained about Dell for, I guess criticized Dell for, they exist, but it doesn't live within the same realm of like the actual complaints to have about Dell. So bothered Bear did the Tony Stark build anything out of toothpicks. He built a super suit in a cave with wires and rocks to some extent. I don't know, did he do that? I feel like after all these years of peace, he would be able to get the components to make DBs. I mean, he was finding the components during the Locust War to keep on repairing Jack.
Characters aren't memorable because they're nice. They're memorable because they have edges. Marcus is stubborn to a fault. Baird's ego gets him into trouble. Cole hides pain behind confidence.
Baird's ego does not get him into trouble. Baird's ego does not get him into trouble. What is one time in Gears of War 1, 2, 3 where Baird's ego got him into trouble? Maybe in the novels, it gets him into trouble a bit, but within 1, 2, 3, and even Judgment, it does not get him into trouble at all. And Marcus's, what do you say, his stubbornness?
Because they have edges. Marcus is stubborn to a fault.
Yeah, he's stubborn to a fault. Yeah, but that stubbornness never like kills anybody really. That stubbornness saves the day 9 times out of 10. So those aren't necessarily faults. You're talking about the AI supercomputer? Oh, yeah. Yeah, the AI supercomputer. It's still in development. It just learned sarcasm. And I love hearing that joke like in 5.5 minutes straight. But, yeah, like, character edges only matter if those flaws actually come with consequences. Delta Squad has flaws per se, but they are not consequential. Marcus never gets anybody killed because he like is like determined to complete the mission to a fault. Baird never gets in arguments or physical altercations or anything with anybody because he's just like an asshole. I don't think Cole has much of a flaw in game. Dom's flaw, Dom, I guess the consequence is he had to shoot his wife in the head. And then he killed himself for being like too supportive of a character. But I don't think him being too supportive is a flaw either, because he does everything successfully within that right. He technically saved his wife. He technically saved Marcus. Yes, it came with the cost of his life. What would Dom's flaw be? That he's selfish a little bit? Yeah, he's selfish. Yeah. Dom's a little selfish. That might be his flaw. That he's selfish so much, in fact, that he wanted to avoid the mission to go find his wife. But that mission was, I'm pretty sure that mission was disbanded with the new goal of killing the queen. Because I don't think they ever planted the beacon. But the characters are said to have flaws. But if no consequences come out of that, and especially if the characters don't reflect on those flaws, then those flaws mean nothing.
Baird's ego gets him into trouble.
Oh yeah, Marcus is also selfish. But he had, his dad was on daddy duty, keeping him safe in the slab as much as he could, all the way on Azura. So another nepo baby victory on his part. Imagine Dom doing what he did if Marcus shot her instead. Would he feel a little less like dying? The sick bay. And 3 said he was like everyone else except he did it himself. I don't know. I feel like having somebody else do it probably would be better. But it's like Dom's goal to save his wife, right? I don't know. It's kind of like The Walking Dead, the Telltale series, when Kenny's son gets bit, and you could choose whether to put him down or have Kenny put him down. I chose to put him down because I'm not letting Kenny do that. I don't know if if I had a choice. I don't know if I'd let Dom put down his own wife.
Cole hides pain behind confidence.
Cole hides pain behind confidence. In Gears 3, yeah. In Gears 1 and 2, no. But that's the thing. That's also not a flaw. That never comes back to bite anything. Yeah, like the Gears were 1, 2, 3. Like those characters are said to have flaws, but none of them actually are consequential to the narrative.
Lets grief consume him. Those flaws create conflict, and conflict reveals.
No, they don't. No, they don't. I wonder if he's gonna bring up an example because they don't create conflict.
Character. Del rarely creates conflict. He usually helps smooth it over, and that's why, after 2 games, as one of the main protagonists, he still feels less like the driver of the story and more like a passenger riding along with whoever the narrative has decided is most important at that moment.
Like, yeah, that is true, but that also works for characters that he likes, like Anya. Anya in Gears of War 3 will go with whoever she needs to, and at the end of the day, Anya just kind of does what needs to be done within the narrative, even being like the mediator in some situations. And he likes Anya.
Out of every character introduced in the new games, Kate is one that frustrates me the most, and I really do think.
Oh my god, I was gonna talk about Kate. I'm a Kate defender, man.
She had more potential than almost anyone else. The granddaughter of Queen Mira, someone caught between humanity and the Locust. That's an incredible.
And I am a person who does not like the character archetypes of like being the son or daughter of somebody important to drive the story forward. I never like those archetype characters. But I really enjoy JD and Kate.
Foundation for a protagonist. The problem is, I never feel like I'm following one consistent person. I feel like I'm following whatever version of Kate the current scene needs.
Because wait. No, that's not the. If he's talking about between gameplay and cutscenes, that's kind of true because the game does struggle with maintaining tone between cutscenes and gaming and gameplay. I do think that's true. So if that's the comparison he's gonna make, that is 100% true. If he's gonna talk about cutscene to cutscene, he is not. Well, I don't want to say he's not being truthful, but he's interpreting her character wrong.
The easiest way to explain it is this. Good characters make the plot happen. Kate often feels like the plot makes Kate happen.
No. That's already it. No, that's already not a good thing. That's already not a good argument right there. But
instead of the story asking, what would Kate realistically do here? It often feels like the writers ask, what do we need to happen next? Then Kate's personality changes to make that happen.
That's, I hope he gives examples, because that is the biggest, like, the biggest, I don't know. I'll call it a lie. I'll call it a lie. Fuck it. That is not at all how that works.
Look at Gears 4. Kate starts as someone who's fiercely protective of her family. Her mother is everything to her. When Reyna is taken, Kate is willing to risk literally everything to save her. That's great motivation. It's believable, it's personal, and you completely understand why she's making these reckless decisions. Then Gears 5 shifts the focus.
Oh, so Gears 5 is gonna be... Wait, but... okay. In Gears of War 5, she already killed her mom. So that's already in the past. She's working on moving it forward. Moving her life forward.
Now the story is about Kate discovering who she is. Again, That's a solid premise, but instead of seeing someone actually struggle with that revelation, her behavior swings wildly depending on the mission. Sometimes she's compassionate, sometimes she's cold, sometimes she's patient, sometimes she's incredibly impulsive, sometimes she trusts people immediately, other times she pushes everyone away. The game rarely explains
Who does she push away? She doesn't push anybody away. Everybody is helping Kate on this mission. She doesn't push anybody away. JD pushed her away, and she pushed JD away. She does not push anybody away. She has Marcus helping. She has Dell with her. She has Baird with her, and she's accepting of Paddock. She's not pushing anybody away. She accepts Clayton to help. She doesn't push anybody away.
swings wildly depending on the mission.
Also, for the most part, Kate is same old Kate, where she could be a little bit jokey in some instances. Other instances she could be a little bit snarky and stuff like that. But mainly, her tone gets really serious whenever she is within the labs of evil scientists that kind of made her.
Sometimes she's compassionate, sometimes she's cold, sometimes she's patient, sometimes she's incredibly impulsive, sometimes she trusts people immediately, other times she pushes everyone away. The game rarely explains why those shifts are happening in the moment.
Also, we don't need an explanation of why she's acting certain ways that she's acting, because even in real life, events happen and people react. People aren't like, oh no, I'm so angry because you did this, this, and this. Oh, now I'm happy because you did this, this, and this. Like, people aren't like that. If you see something that could be infuriating for Kate within her character, and you see her get upset, that is Kate getting upset due to the occurrence that just happened. Kate is pretty consistent within Gears of War 5.
Take how she treats JD. The game wants us to believe Kate can't forgive him for settlement too. Now that's completely reasonable, if that's where her character is. Commit to it. But then you'll have scenes where she's willing to work with him. Other scenes where she's barely acknowledging him.
Wait, yes, because she has to work with him. The scene he was just playing,
Then moments where her
this scene right here is literally JD being like, I'm here to help you out. I'm here to listen. And Kate being like, okay, you can come help me out because we need all the pairs of hands we can get. But I'm calling the shots. That is literally this scene. That is this scene. This scene is that. Where she still hasn't forgiven him yet. But she's calling the shots. She needs any extra hands she can get, so she's accepting JD onto the mission. And Foz. This isn't out of character.
character is. Commit to it. But then you'll have scenes where she's willing to work with him. Other scenes where she's barely
And then, yes, scenes where she's willing to work with him. Yes, they need all the pairs of hands they can get. Yes.
acknowledging him. Then moments where she opens up and blames him.
When does she do that? When does she do that after accepting him? I feel like the entire time you're on Vasgar, JD is trying to be on his best behavior. Yeah, JD is trying to be on his best behavior, and she still doesn't accept any type of apology he's given out, really, because it's kind of a moment for JD to show that he's actually, like, came around and actually does want to help. So, Kate, in Vasgar, the entirety of Vasgar, Kate still doesn't accept him back into her, like, little headspace. I don't know what Gears of War 5 he played, but this is not what happens in Gears 5. It's literally the opposite. She's willing to let JD back on the mission, but she'll keep him at an arm's length, and she doesn't fully accept him back, or even thank him. I think she thanks him. Does she thank him on Vasgar at one point? I can't remember, but I know for a fact she thanks him once they get back to New Aphira. So if she doesn't, in fact, thank him in Vasgar, it literally takes that entire set of missions just to say thank you, JD, for coming along. It's super in character. Kate is a reasonable character. She acts in line.
emotional progression just isn't very clear. It feels inconsistent. And here's something that always stood out to me. Kate spends most of Gears 5 demanding answers from everyone else, which is fine. Except the game almost always proves Kate was right. Very rarely is she forced to confront the consequences of being wrong. That makes her feel less like a flawed person and more like the vehicle the writers use to uncover the next piece of the mystery.
Wait, but what does... I don't know. Kate never determined anything. She wants to find out what she is. All she knows, and all we know, is that Locust or Swarm are evil. They are at war with us, kidnapping people and turning them into little zombie locust things. So for all intents and purposes, the Swarm are evil. She wants to kill the Swarm. I don't think she makes any statement or testament to determine anything about herself. She thinks she's a weapon. She's so confused about what she even is, if she's even human. Nothing is proving her right. It's just giving her information that she needs to understand herself and her history. That's what Gears of War 5 is. I think there are points where she mentions that there's a chance that something bad might happen to her. But I still don't think that's like coming to a conclusion before you find your answers.
Almost always proves Kate was right.
No, like what statement did Kate make about her lineage to make anything that she finds out correct? She doesn't. I don't know. None of that happened.
Very rarely is she forced to confront the consequences of being wrong. That makes her...
She's not wrong about anything. She never... I don't know. She never made hard statements about anything. Oh no!
No, you're wrong. Baird helps her to another. That's what drives the story. Her is forced to confront the consequences of being wrong. That makes her feel less like a flawed person and more like the vehicle the writers use to uncover the next piece of the mystery. Compare that to Marcus, though. Marcus is stubborn. Sometimes he's too fucking stubborn. That flaw costs him, he argues.
What does it cost him? What does it cost him? Oh my god, he's actually going to give an example.
With Hoffman, he ignores orders, he pushes people away emotionally, his personality creates problems. Those problems create drama.
But what problems? What drama? Is that one scene the only drama he can think
he's
of?
Too fucking stubborn. That flaw costs him, he argues with.
This scene in Gears of War 1, after Hoffman sees him for the first time, after getting his shit rocked and having hundreds of people fucking die on a bridge and losing a city, Marcus finally comes back and talks with Hoffman one time, and they get in a little spat, and that's the consequences of Marcus being stubborn.
Hoffman.
Well, I guess it is technically because of what did happen over in the Fear.
He ignores orders. He pushes people away emotionally.
But he ignores orders sometimes. But for the most part, nothing happens nothing bad happens whether he goes with orders or ignores them. Marcus is superhero man, and everything happens around him, and everything kind of goes his way.
His personality creates problems. Those problems create drama. Kate doesn't have one clearly defined flaw that consistently drives the story. Her, quote...
Kate's also stubborn. Kate is also stubborn, and it puts her into these situations. Literally, where do you think she is right now? This is bred out of stubbornness and necessity. Kate almost gets herself killed in Gears of War 4 because of her stubbornness.
Unquote flaw changes depending on what obstacle the plot needs. One scene she's reckless, the next she's the voice of reason. One mission she's emotionally over.
When is she? Wait. You can be both. You can be both depending on the circumstance. Depending on the context, you can be both reckless and a voice of reason, depending on the context. But he's not giving examples. I wish he would give examples.
Overwhelmed by the visions. The next she's calm enough to lead everyone. Then she's angry again.
Wait.
She's the voice of reason. One mission she's emotionally overwhelmed.
She's keeping the visions to herself. she did let people know that she's having visions, but whenever she's having these visions specifically, she doesn't tell anybody. Dell is literally just like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Just another headache," or something like that. She keeps these visions hidden. She is stubborn. She is taking control of this mission because she's stubborn. And then
by the visions. The
next minute she's calm and fine. This is after she disconnected herself from the hive mind. And even then, what is Dell gonna take charge? Kate's the one that has the necessity to find out what she is and the capability to cut her to sever her ties. Oh, dude.
calm enough to lead everyone. Then she's angry again. Then she's vulnerable again. Then she's fearless again. But storytelling is about showing
characters have different traits with them. Characters are not only one thing. Characters are not only, they have a good side and the bad side. Characters have people like us. We have layers. I'm not gonna say Kate's like the most deep character or the most layered character, but it's never like she's Marcus and then she turns into a Baird for a scene, and then she turns into a Cole for a scene, and then she turns back into Marcus for a scene, and then she turns into a Dom for a scene. She has her characteristics that she flip-flops from because she reacts to different scenarios differently because she's a person, and a person realistically cannot always be as brash as Marcus, cannot always be as snarky and an asshole like fucking Baird, and they can't always be worried like Dom. They cannot always share one simple trait. Like, is Dom inconsistent because he has cutscenes where he's really worried for his wife, and then he insults people like Ben, or he's like really manipulative in some cases, like telling Marcus, after what you did for your father, I thought you'd understand. Is he reckless and selfish? He's selfless because of what he does for Marcus, but he's also a little selfish by skipping out on the mission to go save his wife. And those are literally contrasts from one another. Selfish and selflessness, those contradict one another, but they are reasonable things to do within certain contexts. Characters can have more attributes than just one personality trait. And if you're able to accept it with Dom, you should be able to accept it with Kate. They are very similar in this case. Kate is a lot more self-centered though, but she's still willing to do stuff for other people in some instances.
Why someone shifts from one emotional state to another. That's where I think Gears 5 really fucking struggles. Even the supporting cast bends around Kate. Dell immediately sides with her. Marcus almost always supports her decisions. Even when this fucking amulet gets shown to him, he never asks any questions. Baird helps her, and everyone's
Wait, yeah. That's the question he has. Wait.
Around Kate. Dell immediately sides with her.
Dell sides with her, yes, because ideologically, Dell disagrees with JD and agrees with Kate, yes.
Marcus almost always supports her decisions.
Marcus supports her decisions. Okay.
Even when this fucking amulet gets shown to him, he never asks any questions.
He never asks any questions. He asks questions throughout Gears of War 5 over the earpiece. Marcus literally went to jail for ignoring orders. Yeah. But I'm mainly talking about in the games. I even did give that one where like he technically did go to the slab because he denied those orders, but nothing else happens in the story. Nothing bad else happens in the story due to Marcus's stubbornness. Like the same way Bear doesn't get punched in the teeth for being an asshole to people, and like Marcus acts stubborn and even like is so devoted to certain missions that he risks people's lives, but it never comes back to actually bite people in the ass. So there are flaws with no consequence, and I feel like, in my opinion, if you have a flaw with no consequence, that flaw doesn't matter because it's just like a character trait. Kate, her flaws do lead to dumb consequences, like releasing the matriarch. But what did goats do? They fix their mistakes, and she kills the matriarch. Also, disconnecting herself from the hive mind within that context.
Baird helps her, and everyone's priorities slowly become Kate's priorities. Instead of Kate adapting to the world,
That's also a thing where let me see.
The world adapts to Kate.
The world does not adapt to Kate, because even Jin kind of disagrees with this entire thing. We see this group of people helping Kate because it's a secret mission that Jin cannot know about. And these people have information on where Kate needs to go, and they can assist Kate in doing so. They know how big of a threat and how important even disconnecting her from the hive mind is, as well as knowing the swarm's location, if she could even find that. So it's a very important rogue mission that Kate is on. And who else to help her but the tech guy who can keep an eye on a lot of the stuff she does and give her information on the tech that she's running into and the tech that she needs to know about. And then the war hero who literally knows these areas because he's been there and he knows what is locust and what isn't and stuff like that, right? I feel like that there's very good reason for these characters to help Kate out. It is a Kate-focused story. I'm not gonna lie. It is a Kate-focused story, but that's because it is a Kate-focused story, I guess. I guess that's like secular reasoning. It is a Kate-focused story because the story is about Kate in a self-discovery mission. I think that's mainly what it's about. It's a mission of self-discovery, but in turn, that self-discovery comes with a lot more positives that can come out and assist in the war.
The best protagonists are challenged by people who fundamentally disagree with them. Kate rarely has someone who consistently says, "No, you're wrong," and if they do,
Kate isn't wrong about much though. JD did try to push back right there, so that is some conflict, but it was easily pushed to the side. Just because this mission is so important. Like, this information is very important. If you had, like, Kate is literally a bomb waiting to go off. She took over monsters and murdered her own uncle, and those same monsters destroyed that entire village and killed presumably the last of the outsiders, at least the outsiders in that area. She is a ticking time bomb waiting to happen. This could literally be somebody with a zombie bite mark that can turn at any moment. And we see it ramp up the whole time. So, like, this mission is super important. This mission is super important, not only to her, but to everybody else's just safety.
The story usually ends up proving Kate right anyway. Then there's the biggest issue of all.
Oh yeah, that's a question I want to ask. What you call it? What sentiments did Kate share that needed to be proven or disproven? Maybe I forgot something, but I don't remember her ever making a statement that was like 100% right or wrong. I feel like she says that she needs to get to the bottom of what she is, and there's concerns about finding stuff that she may not want to see, or what may happen to her. But I don't think she ever makes like a hard line, a hard statement of like what is gonna happen or what she needs to do or whatever.
The game constantly tells us Kate is terrified of becoming the next Locust Queen, but surprisingly little time is spent exploring what that fear actually does to her as a person. How does it change the way she treats her friends? Does she
Wait.
isolate herself because she's afraid? Does she become paranoid? Kate is terrified.
Wait, this entire game explores how Kate reacts
Of becoming the next Locust
to becoming the next Locust Queen. This entire story takes place because she's reacting to that possibility. This entire section happens because of that possibility.
Queen, but surprisingly little time is spent exploring what that fear actually does to her as a person. How does it change the way she treats her friends? Does she isolate herself because she's afraid? Does she become paranoid? Does she question every decision she makes? Does she resent Marcus for killing Mira? Does she resent Reina? The game touches on these ideas, but almost
Wait, does she what?
every decision she makes. Does she resent Marcus for killing Mira? Does she resent Reina? The game
She would have no reason to resent Reina. Except maybe for like the very last mission where Queen Reina kills JD or Dell. But she has no reason to resent Reina. She has no actual connection to Mira and doesn't want any connection with Mira. So she's not gonna care that Mira gets killed.
Does she become paranoid?
She does become paranoid.
Does she question every decision she makes?
She does question the decisions she makes. Like she does this throughout the game.
Does she resent Marcus for killing Mira? Does she resent Reina? The game touches on these ideas, but almost never stays with them long enough to fully develop them.
That is true though. That is a good point. Where the ideas are brought up, but the narrative doesn't go super deep into like how it affects her. I guess in like a more realistic way. But that is true. It touches on the ideas, but doesn't necessarily give a lot of nuance to it. Doesn't explore it much, but it does show them.
And I think that's the biggest tragedy of Kate's character. She had all the ingredients to become one of the best protagonists Gears has ever had. Her family history, her identity crisis, the burden of potentially becoming humanity's greatest threat. Those are fascinating ideas, but instead of building a consistent personality around those conflicts, the writer often uses Kate as a tool to move the narrative forward. Her emotions, decisions, and relationships frequently shift to serve the next story beat rather than growing naturally from the person we've come to know.
No, that's not how Kate is. Kate's consistent with how she's portrayed as a character for the most part. She's pretty consistent.
And that's why, after finishing Gears 5, I understood what happened to Kate, but I still don't feel like I truly understand who Kate is. And for the main character of a story, that's one of the biggest criticisms I can make. One of the biggest missed opportunities in
Wait, that's also kind of the point where she's like she finally gets to step into herself. But Kate is a lot of things. Kate has a lot of different attributes to her. And she acts reasonably within the situations that she's in. She never switches at like a moment's notice. Unless the only complaint you can make is that during gameplay and during cutscenes, she acts different. At least in Gears of War 4, because in Gears of War 4, they do a pretty bad job at keeping things tonally consistent between the two. But in Gears of War 5, I feel like it does a quite a bit better in terms of keeping the tone consistent. But like whenever she finds out about the revelation, that entire time she is extremely paranoid. She's extremely upset. She's angry, giving death threats to Niles. Before that, there are moments where she's speaking to Dell, and she's really worried about what she could turn into. She's really worried about the news that she's gonna find. She's really worried if people will accept her if she does go into the Queen, or turn into the Queen. And then she's able to like still like kind of like calm her nerves in some instances and still kind of joke around with Dell, or at least like relax with Dell a little bit while they're on the journey. Like you can't be worried 24/7, right? Even if you're in a zombie apocalypse, or I didn't want to say Warzone because what Warzone is like too extreme. But if you were like in a zombie apocalypse, like stress gets to you. There are moments where you need to like, or even like your body, it's like stressed too much, so you chill for a minute. And like the whole time she's also like worried about like what JD did and whether he would come around later on or not. And then when JD does come through, when JD does come through, she still doesn't accept him right at that moment, and she waits until that mission is done to even say like thank you for coming, thank you for helping out. I feel like she's really consistent in like with her writing. I feel like she's very consistent. There are some moments that feel kind of off, but it's still very consistent writing. Very good, very decent example of like a person in Gears rather than like a caricature.
in this entire franchise is JD Phoenix. Not because I think he's a bad character.
Oh, I don't think I've ever had to defend JD though, so I wonder if I gotta defend JD here, because I think JD is pretty alright.
Actually, I think JD had the potential to become one of the greatest protagonists Gears has ever had.
Yeah.
But I don't think the writers fully understood what kind of character they had. JD isn't just another fucking Gear. He's Marcus Phoenix's son, and that should mean something. Think about who Marcus is. He's arguably the greatest war hero humanity has ever produced. He survived E-Day, he fought through the Pendulum Wars, he destroyed General Rom, he stopped the Lament, he killed Queen Mira, he literally saved humanity. Now imagine growing up knowing that is your father. Imagine trying to live up to that every single day, but the game barely explores it. One of the things I always expected from JD was pressure. I wanted to see someone constantly wondering if he'd ever be good enough. Someone asking himself...
This is the thing already. Marcus did not want JD to join the COG. Marcus does not want JD to go through what he went through. But now that this war's kind of started, there's kind of no choice, right? But there's an irony in being the son of a war hero and doing nothing but causing mistakes over and over and over again. There's an irony in that. What you call it? There's an irony in that. Being the son of the world's greatest war hero, and you're just making mistake after mistake, getting civvies killed, getting Carmine killed, running away from the COG, disobeying orders entirely, like not being consistently able to stick with one group or the other, not being able to own up to your feelings or even speak to people about mistakes you've made. He is, personality wise, he's very similar to Marcus. Jokes aside and everything, like psyche wise, he's very similar to Marcus. He is stubborn. He keeps his emotions relatively to himself. He thinks he's the main character, but just like you said, yeah, Marcus just wanted to be a Gear. Like he wanted to be a Gear on the front lines to help people. I think they could have explored more with that idea instead of just having it in the plot. But that is a big irony. Being the son of war hero, but constantly making mistakes, failing to live up to your father.
Am I becoming my own man, or am I just chasing my father's shadow? Instead, though, JD often feels surprisingly comfortable with who he is. That conflict rarely takes center stage. Even his decision to join the COG could have been explored much more deeply. Marcus spent years distrusting the government.
No, because... Well, whenever I think about it, I'm thinking about it in terms of the games. We never get JD or Marcus's idea of joining the COG within the games. The reason I never go to the books, because like the books not only feel like different characters, but the books are way more fleshed out than the Gears games could ever be. But I feel like the fleshing out that they do in Gears of War 4 and 5 are pretty solid. They do a pretty good job characterizing these characters. We don't need to know why they joined the COG. We don't need to know why they did any of this. We have to know how it affects them. In some cases, at least. I feel like with like somebody joining the COG, like what was the COG even doing around the time he was growing up? There wasn't really a war happening, so it was more so like security purposes and probably going out doing stuff with like DBs and stuff like that. I think primarily security. I would assume that's primarily what Gears were doing during the time of peace. But yeah, like I don't even know. I don't even know.
government. He was imprisoned by the COG, used by the COG, abandoned by...
You joined COG because Pendulum War was bad. Yeah, Pendulum. Oh no, Marcus joined COG because his dada joined COG, and he thought being a COG was really aspirational. He thought it was a really cool thing to do and a really righteous thing to do. But obviously Adam never told him that in the COG you do really bad shit and fight people who believe in their cause just like you. And he was hoping to end the war before Marcus could ever even think about joining the COG. And same parallels. Marcus didn't want JD to join the COG. JD did it. Honestly, JD probably honestly fucking did it. Not only because he's distant from Marcus after Anya died, but he just did it to like disobey Marcus as well, since he is just very adversarial. That isn't also another thing you could probably assume.
By the COG. He had every possible reason to be skeptical of authority. So imagine the tension if his son voluntarily enlisted. That writes itself. Marcus could...
Yeah, wait. JD did voluntarily enlist.
See the COG as repeating old mistakes. JD could believe the COG had changed. Now you've got two generations shaped by completely different wars. But most of the conflict happens off screen or gets resolved before it can even develop. And then there's their relationship. Marcus and JD spend surprisingly little time acting like father and son.
That is true though, where those ideas don't get explored in the games, even if they do disagree with each other in the moment.
Most of their conversations feel like conversations between two soldiers. Professional, reserved, mission-focused, which makes sense for Marcus. But where are the moments that remind us these two are family? Where are the moments where Marcus tries to protect JD, but JD resents being treated like a kid? Where are the moments where JD desperately wants Marcus to say he's proud of him? Those scenes almost write themselves. Yet we...
Those scenes are in the game. Those scenes are in the game. Wait, in 4, not so much in 5, because in Gears of War 5, JD isn't necessarily there. But I think every single scene, if not most scenes in Gears of War 5 at the beginning, they have to do with JD and Marcus. Any scene that they're in together, at least, it has to do with JD and Marcus. Yeah, that's true. They could have done a lot more with how they portrayed Marcus and stuff like that. I think it'd be really nice to see him grieve at least a little bit. We do get mentions that he was grieving, and the fact that the Shroud Estate is in the state that it's in, and have him say like, I visited your mother this morning, then the morning before that, and then every morning since she passed, or whatever he said there. And then he also said that he was trying his best to maintain the Shroud Estate, but the wind flares were acting up. So he does still grieve his wife. He still sees her every single day. He does mention that in Gears 4. And in Gears 5, Marcus chews out JD on multiple occasions. They have altercations and stuff like that. And JD even references or mentions that Marcus doesn't feel like he cares. Like, it doesn't feel like Marcus cares about him. JD says something that implies that to Kate. And that's why Kate is like, you know, that's a shitty thing to say, right? That's why that conversation happens at the beginning of the game.
Barely get any. One of my biggest disappointments is that JD doesn't seem to carry many of Marcus's traits. Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying he should have been Marcus 2.0.
He is Marcus 2.0.
That would have been boring as fuck. Children aren't copies of their parents, but they usually inherit something, a way of speaking.
Yeah, he is stubborn like Marcus. He's stubborn like Marcus. The beginning of Gears of War 5 shows that he's very determined to complete missions like Marcus. Gears of War 4 even showed that. He's a very good leader like Marcus. Like, there are a lot of attributes that JD shares with Marcus. Marcus is more buff, and Marcus has a lot more growl to his voice and stuff. But even their storylines connect. They both had moms who died when they were younger. They both had dads that they weren't super close to. They were both in an estate, or I guess he didn't grow up in an estate that was away from everybody. But he did grow up just like Marcus in like I guess like the rich part of town, the rich city. I don't know if JD was walled in though, because he did go to boarding school. But he was still around kids, so that's different from Marcus's. Well, I guess Marcus did go to school with kids as well after a certain point. And then he has disagreements with his dad to even join the cog. And then I think that's where their storylines kind of diverge. But Marcus shares a lot of plot and personality with JD. That's the whole story of Gears of War 4.
Habit, a worldview, a strength, a flaw, something that reminds you where they came from. But with JD, I don't really see much of Marcus at all. I mean, fuck, Marcus is quiet. JD talks a whole fucking lot. Marcus is incredibly blunt. JD often feels like a modern action movie protagonist.
Wait, is he really just going off of what they're saying and not like how they interact with certain situations?
If you removed Marcus from the story entirely, would JD actually change very much? I don't think he would. Now compare this to something like God of War. Atreus isn't a clone of Kratos. They're very different people, but you constantly feel Kratos' influence. The way Atreus fights, the lessons he's taught, the mistakes he makes, the expectations placed on him, their relationship...
Yeah, this is different because okay, I've never played God of War, but I'm assuming Kratos, especially in this scene, Kratos is literally teaching Atreus how to do everything that he knows how to do. He's teaching him how to shoot a bow and get his first kill here, assuming that that's what's happening. Marcus didn't do that with JD. Marcus didn't teach him much. He was at boarding school and then he went to enlist in the cog. The same way Adam didn't really teach anything to Marcus. But they all three Phoenixes share attributes with one another. They all act the same, given the same circumstances.
Shapes both characters throughout the story. Marcus and JD rarely have that kind of dynamic. Then Gears 5 makes an interesting decision. JD disappears for a very large portion of the game. Ironically, that's when he actually becomes more interesting.
That is a really big issue, though. That is a really big issue. I wonder if he'll hit it.
Settlement 2 incident gives him guilt. He's physically scarred. He's emotionally distant. He's trying to earn people's trust again. And for the first time, it feels like he's carrying some real fucking weight. But then the game sidelines him. Instead of letting us experience his redemption, we hear about it after a time skip. Again, it's another example of the writers skipping the most interesting part of a character's journey. And I think that's the biggest missed opportunity. Imagine if JD had spent the entire game wrestling with one question. How do I become a good leader without becoming my father? Marcus became a legend through sacrifice, stubbornness, and surviving impossible odds. JD could have been trying to figure out whether following that same...
That's the thing. JD didn't. Oh, JD grew up in a different time. JD didn't have the opportunity to go against these odds. In the world that JD grew up in, he was better off probably as a politician, just like Anya. Like, JD had no opportunity to save the world like this, like Marcus had. Now he does. But there's a chance he might fucking die. But in Gears of War, in hypothetical Gears of War 6, he is going to help save the world. Just like Marcus, just as stubborn as Marcus, just as determined as Marcus, he is going to save the world if the developers don't choose him to be the one that dies.
Path would make him a hero or lead him to repeat the same mistakes. That's a conflict unique to him.
He's already repeated many mistakes, so his only path forward in the narrative would be to become a hero.
No one else in the...
Because think about it, Marcus fucked up really bad, and he rose again like a phoenix. JD fucks up really bad, and if he does get this second chance after possibly surviving into Gears of War 6, he's also gonna rise, like a phoenix, right? Like that's the character. That's the character.
Entire franchise could tell that story. JD often feels like he was written first as a generic protagonist, and only afterward did the writers decide, oh yeah, he's Marcus's son, by the way. Marcus being JD's father often feels like a piece of background information rather than a defining relationship of his life. And that's why I think JD isn't a bad character. He's an underwritten one. The game's had one of the richest character premises in the entire Gears universe, and they barely scratched the surface on what being Marcus Phoenix's son should actually mean. Alright, this is the last one, and it genuinely...
I don't know. that's I don't know. They share so many parallels that they are the same character. It could be argued that they should hit on that a bit more. It could be argued that they need more scenes together. Yes, it could be argued that he needed more screen time in Gears of War 5. Yes, but they are not complete opposites. They are the exact same character.
Pisses me off. There's one decision in Gears of War 4 that, to this day, I still don't understand. Why did they kill off Anya Shroud? And no, I'm not asking because I think every character should survive. Gears has always been about loss, but they're also some of the best written moments in the entire franchise. Because we experience them. We watch those characters struggle. We watch the people around them react. Their deaths change the story forever. Anya didn't get that. Think about what Anya...
Did Anya's death could honestly be something really fucking good within the narrative? But the issue with it is that it happened off screen. And it isn't really explored. That is the issue with it. Not the fact that she died or even the way she died. So I wonder what he's going to say about it.
Represented. She wasn't just Marcus's wife. She was there from the very fucking beginning. She was the calm voice on the radio in Gears 1. She became a soldier. She fought beside Delta. She became one of the emotional centers of the trilogy. And after everything Marcus lost, his father, Dom, nearly everyone he'd ever cared about, Anya was finally his reward. Not in the sense that she was a prize, but in the sense that after years of constant suffering, Marcus finally had someone to build a life with. For the first time in fucking decades, he got peace. And then Gears 4 opens by telling us, yeah, she died. One of the franchise's most important characters dies between games. Imagine if Dom died.
I wonder if he's going to bring up why she's important, though.
In a novel. Imagine loading up Gears 3 and someone simply said, oh yeah, Dom died a few years ago.
Wait, this is the fucked up part too, because Anya didn't even die in the novel. She Gears 4 started and she died there. She did not die in the novel, which is so fucked. It's so fucked that they didn't even write her death.
It would completely destroy the emotional impact. That's exactly how Anya's death feels. But here's where it really frustrates me. I don't even think Anya needed to die. Ask yourself this. What did her death actually accomplish? Seriously, what story absolutely required Anya to be gone? Marcus was already retired, JD had already grown up, the new cast was already taking over, Anya being alive wouldn't have stopped any of that. In fact, I think keeping her alive would have created far more interesting stories. Imagine Marcus constantly worrying that JD is repeating the same mistakes he made. Imagine Anya trying to hold the family together, Marcus and Anya disagreeing about JD joining the COG. The story removes the person who probably understood Marcus better than anyone else. And let's talk about Marcus himself. One of the reasons Marcus works so well.
If you wanted to hammer home the fact, if you wanted to take a hammer and then hammer home the fact that JD and Marcus are the same characters going through the same arcs, you kind of have to kill Anya. But I wish they explored Anya's death more. That doesn't need to be said a million times over. But the fact that Anya died in a world of normalcy, doing something very normal, like giving birth, or I guess like going through complications of birth, that's really tragic for her character. I feel like it's kind of fucked, but there's really no other way for her to go out. Well, there are probably ways, but I feel like that alone is like a pretty decent way, a pretty real way for characters to go out, or a character to go out, especially one like Anya. I don't mind the fact that she died due to complications with childbirth, especially since she had JD. It was successful for the first time, and she wanted a bigger family.
Is because every loss changes him. Every single loss leaves another scar. By the end of Gears 3, Marcus finally had a chance to heal. He has Anya. He has a son. For once, it feels like his life is giving him something instead of taking something away. Then Gears 4 immediately resets him back to square one, living in isolation again. It's like the writers looked at Marcus and said, he's only interesting if he's miserable. I completely disagree. Watching Marcus try to be a husband or a father or someone learning how to live after the war.
No, but Marcus is only liked when he's miserable, I feel. I don't know. I feel like that would be a common sentiment. If we had a game in if Gears of War 4 was the same, except you followed Anya, Marcus, and JD, and it's just a whole bunch of family bickering, I don't think people would like that game either. Aside from those three, or I guess the two being like fan favorites.
That's a story we never got. There's another consequence people don't talk about enough. Anya's death doesn't just hurt Marcus. It hurts JD. Think about it. JD loses his mother before the events of Gears 4. That's one of the defining moments of anyone's life. So why don't we really see how it shaped him? Where's the grief? Where are the memories? Where are the conversations about what she meant to him? This should be one of the emotional pillars of JD's character. Instead, it's mostly treated as backstory. Even worse, the game...
Yeah, it is treated like backstory. Where's all the conversation that we get about Marcus and his mom? Like, we don't. I don't even think we get information on... Do we get any information on Marcus's mom in Gears of War 3 even? When he does meet up with Adam? I think she was mentioned. There is a difference because it is Anya Shroud. But she died when JD was like super young. There's not much you can speak about or add to the story for that. And it happened so long ago that like touching on it too much, because they already touched on it quite a bit within this first area. They already touched on it quite a bit, as much as they could touch on it. They didn't mention her in Gears 3. How's it going, Captain Pickle? They didn't mention her in Gears 3. Okay, yeah, so with Marcus, it's fine if his mom gets written out, but the argument could be made that this is Anya Shroud. But I feel like not only is it hammering home the fact that JD is Marcus, but it's also like she died when he was super young. I think he was like, pardon my French, 6 or 7 when she died, or when she died. And from then on, he grew further away from Marcus. And when they meet up, what can they realistically say about Anya? Like, it's already been like 15, 20 years. They did speak about Anya on the Shroud estate. I don't know how much you could realistically speak about her. Carlos's first in-game mention is in Ide also. Yes, that is correct, Buster. I wonder how people like that as a character though. It's connected to Dom, so none of it matters. It's actually really cool because it's connected to Dom.
The game almost unintentionally diminishes Anya's legacy. For years, she was one of the franchise's strongest female characters. She earned the respect of Delta Squad. She grew from mission control.
She didn't earn the respect of Delta Squad already respected her. I mean, that was a misspeak. I think that was a misspeak. But Delta Squad already accepted her as a soldier. She's been in the COG since she was able to enlist, I think.
Into someone willing to fight on the front lines. She became the first minister. She helped rebuild humanity. Then her death becomes little more than an explanation for why Marcus lives alone. That's such a small role for such an important character.
No, look, I do think that killing her off screen was fucked up. Not even in the books or anything. I do think that's fucked up. But finally, after all this war and stuff like that, the thing that does her in is pregnancy complications or even like birthing complications. Kind of a fucked up way to go for like a character, but that's just like a normal way to go. That's like the most normal way to go, unless you literally die of old age or something. She didn't get hit by a car. She didn't get shot in a fucking drive-by or a fucking robbery or anything. She died trying to bring more life to planet Sarah. Something she literally risked her life for in the first place, right? She risked her life to be one of the first, if not the first, people to use the fertility program. And she birthed JD. She risked her life for that. She risked her life again to keep growing Aphira, or I guess planet Sarah, if she got done in. Unfortunate, but that's a very normal way to go. You have to live a life of normalcy to do that. Unless you're out here giving birth during the Locust War. Then you're probably just going to die due to other factors on top of giving birth.
And that's what bothers me most. It doesn't feel like the writers killed Anya because they had an amazing story to tell. It feels like they killed her off because they wanted Marcus to be lonely, broken veteran again. Great character deaths serve the character who dies, the people they leave behind, and the character as a whole.
Anya left behind Marcus and JD. I think they were shouting out back to the messed up comics with Alex and the Rebellion Woman. Yeah, maybe that might be the case as well. They might be in some way connected to Baron.
His death mostly serves as a plot device to reset Marcus into a familiar archetype. It removes one of the trilogy's most important characters without giving her a meaningful send-off. And in doing so, it also robs Marcus and JD of years of family dynamics that could have made the new trilogy far more emotionally rich. And
even I don't know, even if Gears of War 4, instead of the main trio, it was Marcus, Anya, and JD, I still feel like people wouldn't like it. Because, like, yeah, it has, like, the two favorites right there. But it would still be a character-driven story. And TC's not amazing with character-driven stories. Marcus being a hermit and that schism between him and JD because of Anya does serve the plot, though. If anything, it's more of a misogynistic trope where women are reduced to plot points for men. Yes! Yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, JD is literally Marcus. And on top of that split, if you wanted to make JD any more like Marcus, you kind of had to kill the mom. Because women always die. That's their purpose.
Every time I replay Gears 4, I come back to the same question. Why did Anya have to die? Because after 2 games, I'm still not convinced the story had a good answer. Guys, I could go on and on about the writing inconsistencies and the overall broad stroke of things I really didn't like about the writing of these games, but I didn't want to make this an hour-long video, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like on the video, and if you'd like to support the channel even further, consider...
Yeah, he did hit some pretty good points, but I don't think he explored him as much as he wanted to, or as much as he could have. And I just don't think he understands JD or Kate. I just don't. I feel like they're pretty solid characters, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he understands any of the main trio. The way he spoke about him, it just made him seem like awful characters, like inconsistent, pointless, and just like rambling characters that are there just to fill space.
Becoming a channel member for exclusive content. I'll catch you all on Emergence Day. Peace.
Oh, Finds at Freddy's. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of stuff I disagree with in the video. Especially on the characters. I feel like he misrepresented the characters like a fuck ton. I think he misrepresented the characters a fuck ton. Other than that, he did have some good complaints about certain pacing or narrative structures. I wish he would have went more in depth with them though. But yeah, mainly in terms of the characters, I feel like he misrepresented them like a whole bunch. And that never showed examples. I wish he would have showed examples of them acting the way that he portrayed them as. Yeah, I don't know. One second. Let me save this, and then we're hopping on Gears 5. That right here. Maybe he thought of Gears of War 4 and 5 as a cash cow where Microsoft wanted to print. I don't know. I didn't like the 2 either except for Dodgeball. Yeah, like I think it's fine to not like the characters or even like the stories or anything. I think it's perfectly fine. But completely misrepresenting the characters and then saying that's why you don't like the characters, I don't even think he's doing it purposefully either. I feel like he's just like playing it and that's the way he's interpreting them. But all of his complaints about those characters could be shot down if he like paid attention a little bit more. I don't know, because whenever Kate would quote act out a character, she was acting within reason to the scene, and it was never like she was actually acting out of a character. She just had different emotions for different circumstances. Kate is honestly way too overhated in the Gears fandom. People hate her for things Marcus has done as well. Literally hypocritical. Yes! Oh my god, are you... What? Have you been creeping in the streams? Wait, is this your first time in this stream? Captain Pickle 2090? Nah. This motherfucker, he's in my Google Docs. Yes? Okay, good. Because holy fuck. Yeah, right. It's not my alt account. What the fuck? But yeah, I've been saying that fucking forever. I've been saying that shit ever. Where... One second. Boom. As I load up Gears 5. Not even because Kate's got an AWOL moment. I was like, yo, I captain and didn't get anyone killed. Dude, fucking... Yeah, like... I feel like even if Dell is a support character, Dell goes around just to support anybody he can, he still acts super consistent in what he does. In Gears of War 5, the tech that he knows actually affects the world around him and affects the way that he interacts with people. Oops. One second. And the fact that he grew up in the city, he doesn't really know war. He grew up in the city, and doesn't really like work with like stuff hands on. And he's really averse to actual like conflict, right? For the most part, I guess. And Kate is the opposite. That's like kind of their dynamic, and like it does show the differences between them. she could have said that in the last act. In the last act, she could have said they're sinking cities with a giant worm. And then with JD's, oh yeah, and when he was saying that like nobody was trying to prove Kate wrong, the narrative wasn't trying to prove Kate wrong. Kate never made a statement on like what was gonna be true or what was gonna be false or anything like that. Kate had nothing to prove. She just wanted to find out the truth of her whereabouts and her connection to the Swarm. Was Rift from Village Alima 2? No, because remember when the worm was killed, it was over in Mount Kadar or around that area. Marcus Inafiro was worse than the Riftworm Village. People just get hung up on the "this is about me" line. Yeah, but low key, it was about her. Yes, I guess I used secular reasoning earlier, but like the reason the story is so focused on Kate is because it is a Kate story. Like everything around that game is about her. Because she's extremely important, and it's her self-discovery. If like I don't even know. I thought New Hope was far in the boonies, even from the mountain. I think that's why they had the skiff. I don't know if they stayed one-to-one accurate with what Gears 2 portrayed Mount Kadar as. But I don't know. I can never remember. I'm really bad with like locations and navigation, so it could be the exact same. I wouldn't know. How's it going, Miguel? We are on Gears of War 5 though. But yeah, I super disagree with him on the characters. Other than that, he did have some good takes on the narrative itself. But he didn't go super deep into them. I wish he did. Small take, I'll forgive Kate for her entitled and bratty attitude if in Gear 6 she is more mature and calmer. Maybe she will be, but it's because she's not being tormented day by day by the swarm queen. you know? And it'll presumably be like months to years after she literally killed her own uncle and mom, and her entire family was taken away from her and killed the same night. Maybe she'll learn to kind of live with that, and then she'll be a bit more mature and calm. I don't know. If I had my family murdered and I had to kill my own mom and my uncle, let you join? All right, you can join. But I don't know. It's calling it bratty is like doing something. I mean, when you find out your nightmares are because you have part locust in you, that sounds horrible. Yeah, it is. It fucking, especially since she's walking around having hallucinations every fucking 10 minutes. Dude, I'm surprised she didn't fucking kill herself. In a video game. I'm gonna go get something to drink real quick. I will be right back. Holy crap. You told me before she has the same voice actor as Sophia, but tell me why when Sophia talks it's okay, it's normal. Because Sophia plays a certain role within that story that doesn't need her to be as assertive or as tormented as Kate. So like they are different characters, so they are gonna have different directions. The same way you could hear like John DiMaggio play Marcus Phoenix and Jake the Dog, and Jake the Dog will sound like he's like what from like Brooklyn or Manhattan or something like that. But then Marcus sounds like fucking he smokes packs of cigarettes on the daily.
Territory. Hold your ground. Got it.
I gotta turn off the music. This song is a banger though. Watch out behind you guys. Look at how inaccurate this shit is.
Te mamaste.
Hell yes.
Me dan a mis 6 horas.
Alright, we're fucking good.
That's it.
Yo, can somebody get this fucking guy? Like, what the fuck?
Blast out. My bad.
Bien, desgraciado.
Oh,
I jammed it.
God damn it. Oh my god.
Bye. Thanks for playing.
I fucked up on the cover.
Opa. Pero llegues, güey.
Ooh. I missed? What happened? Why did my aim go so high? What the fuck?
Boomer. Boomer.
Ah, fuck.
Oh yeah.
Bien. Atrás, John. Ten cuidado, bro. Ten cuidado. Ten por acá.
Oh, it's game over, man.
Sweet.
Oh my god, just shoot already. Fuck, man. Ah, why does peeking over cover not allow you to shoot? That's fucking nuts. That's so irritating.
Smoke out.
Not again!
Throwing crowd. Good to go.
Yo, move out of the way. Fuck. I did it so bad. Delta Online's down right now. I don't have space on my computer to keep that consistently.
Nailed it!
If I did, I'd be playing that a lot more often. Oh my god. That ain't fucking kill him? He stood right in front of it. I risked my life for that shit. It's a Gears of War 3 PC port.
Bien. Métanse al...
Ah, come on! Fuck!
Métanse al círculo, güey. Métanse al círculo. Ay, güey. El arco. Y el boomer, güey. Bien. Sal de aquí, güey. Sal de aquí. Usa bien el boomer, güey. Usa bien el boomer, cabrón.
Oh, I thought he was gonna move it.
¿Qué?
Yes! Oh my fucking god! Everybody just stopped moving as soon as I start coming through. Everybody just stops. Everybody finally has some patience or something. Get the fuck out of here, man. What? Oh, Gears of War 3 Delta Online also has Horde. It has a few different versions of it, I think.
Ah, I quit.
Ah, fuck. I couldn't switch fast enough.
Qué buena Steam.
Oh my god, why do I always have a fucking enemy behind me? Unless I was a teammate. I don't fucking know. I heard some footsteps. I'm dead.
Enemy spotted. Throwing grenade. Incoming flash. Nice one. Smoke out.
Now we're talking.
Oh my fucking god, Kate! God damn! What happened to my shot? What? Oh my god.
Come on, try me.
I feel like we had that point for so long. How do we only have 128?
I'm ready for you. Let's go.
Is there a guy around here? Oh my god, a fucking course. Yo, do we know how to use lancers, man? Why are we holding chokes with shotguns over here? What the fuck?
Later. Throwing frag!
I don't want to roll. I'm so bad. Hey. Ah, move, Kate. Fuck, man. Why'd I get stuck right there? Damn it. This is my first game on. Stop. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. I feel like I'm just going in like all the wrong areas. Oh my god, this teammate isn't like helping anybody, dude.
See you later.
Throwing flash grenade! Sweet!
Throwing smoke.
Oh my god. Alright, we fucking got it. We got this point. Oh man.
Let's go.
Where's this guy at? He's just gonna let him sit right here? Did he not see him? What?
Got it.
Incoming frag out! Throwing frag!
Yui! No roll back. God damn it. I'm not. I shouldn't have kept pressing him. I knew he was right there. God damn it. Oh my god, get around the fucking corner. I'm getting so pissed at this. Ah, damn it. Oh, that was a full shot. How did he not die? At least he won that interaction.
That's it.
Te llega otro por detrás, Sextum. Sextum. Cuidado.
Right. Thanks for playing.
Oh, but I missed that shot entirely. I shouldn't have got that kill. Oh!
Keep 'em coming.
Getting covered, man. Dude, I swear I'm pressing A like quadruple times. And like sometimes I get in cover all quick, sometimes I don't. Oh, what? I fucking missed that entirely. That was my fault. My bad.
Oh yeah.
I thought aiming out would have closed the distance a little bit.
Frag out.
Look at that shit. Fuck. I literally murdered that guy with my first shot. Uh-oh.
Throwing smoke.
Incoming frag.
Frag out.
Oh, that was a bad angle.
I'm bleeding out.
What is he doing just running into that? What are these guys? Oh, get the fuck away from me. Ah, I couldn't get out of there. I'm coming.
Next, 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 next.
Next isn't even up yet, but alright.
What? No, come on. Anthony, contact.
Oh, but this is like perfectly on next. Damn, look how much damage he did to me.
Throwing flash grenade. Oh yeah, I got enough for all.
Got it.
Alright, where are we going? Oh,
Enemy marked.
ah! I don't know how he lost to that. He should have just ran. Whee! Okay, okay. Won that shit by luck. I was not gonna get that kill.
I'm grateful.
I missed quite a few shots, but I didn't do too bad. I didn't do too bad. Damn, another lobby that fast? We're about to lock the fuck in. We're about to win. We're about to win. Is it the same fucking guy? I think it is the same guy. I don't know. I don't remember having a Anya on the team. What? I may have conflicting takes on Gears 5, but the fact that the training level is mapping the game is pretty funny. She likes to drink soda warm. Like like she like lightly boiled it, like how people like lightly warm up milk, or do you mean warm like room temp? If it's room temp, I fuck with it. Wait, actually, no, my queen can't do no wrong. What the fuck are you talking about? Actually, warming it up like a little cup of milk or something like that before bed. Maybe she knows something I don't. I'll have to try it. That's inside of a car in the summer heat. Obviously, she sees something that I don't, because I haven't tried it in years. Taste buds change every 7 years, so I'll try it. Oh, Blood Drive, not Asylum. Oh no, please, I want Blood Drive. It's been so long. Yes, come on. No. Yeah, dude, I love Kate. Like, I wasn't lying when I said Kate was like one of my favorite characters in the series. You are ill, like cool ill, like ill as fuck. Depending on your answer, you'll be illogical. Man, are we gonna get into a match? Yeah. I think I'm getting sick.
Take their land. Proclaim it in your name.
Shameful.
Alright, let's fucking go. Jump over! Fuck, man!
Hey, come and smoke!
Oh, he doesn't see me. He doesn't see me.
I got tagged good.
Bringers. Get the goal down.
Oh, I picked that up so fucking late. Oi. Huss, huss, huss. Ow! No. I'm so good. Woo! Please, somebody walk into it. Oh my god. Please, I'm trying to embarrass people. That's enough. It's either these guys are getting the points or nobody's getting points. No, get the fuck back. Ah, get the fuck away. You see that? Oh, I'm crazy. Why is it aiming in the most fucking unorthodox areas, man? Get fucked. Get fucked.
Incoming frag!
Oi!
Enemy mark!
That guy has a goose on his thing. That means somebody's still up there. Oh.
Yeah, good kill!
No, a headshot? Oh my god. I was trying to dodge it.
Smoke him!
That means that guy was gonna miss. Low key? That means he was gonna miss.
Never stood a chance.
Wouldn't that make the death worse? No. He was gonna miss, and I made the mistake of rolling. So if I would have just stood my ground and not wussed out, he wouldn't have got that kill. So I gave him the kill. Therefore, it's my kill. Therefore, my KD is actually not fucked up. Damn it! Wait, okay, thank God. I didn't expect him to push. I didn't think he was gonna push. I thought he saw me. Man, what the fuck? It's okay. Please! I'm the fucking. Oh my God, dude! The knife is up for so long. Why didn't it get him down? Was that close enough? Oh my God! I'm taking this. Actually, right there. Hey! Ah, come on! Take the fucking grenades out, man! God. We got it. We're on next. Woo! Move back! I don't got anywhere to go. The train is here. Did I mess up that reload? Yeah, I'd rather die a hero than get hit by the train. Oh wow. Oh, I forgot. I didn't know. I'm getting this one over here though. Oh, we're down a teammate? Wait, that explains it. But I'm not gonna fight for this one. Let's fight for the next one. Oh my God, how many of them are in there, man? Goodness.
Throwing grenade. Incoming smoke.
How? Wait. If I pressed right in A, how the fuck did I wrap around the corner and take cover right there? What? I gotta start analyzing my controller before I make inputs.
Flash out.
Oh man, I didn't mean to cancel that. That was actually my bad. That was my bad. We just don't have the manpower to fucking contest with this. Where the fuck is this guy? I hear footsteps all around me. Nice! Nice! She made it through? How the fuck did she make it through?
You like that?
Ah, keep on messing our reload. Oh my god! Why am I getting stuck on the walls, dude? I swear, like, whenever I hit a wall like that, that's like a missed input, and I start mashing A to get the fuck out of it. I just gotta cancel it anytime I see it. I just gotta move the other direction. I don't know why the fuck I can't get off the wall. Oh no! Yo, can I shoot this beho? Oh my god! Oh my god, man! What the fuck was happening? Oh my god, can I get any more fucking hit markers, please? Waiter, more hit markers.
Incoming flashbang!
I missed. Oh my god, I fucked up. I should have just ran into it.
And yet you
Oh
fight
my
like
god.
frightened children. This day will live in infamy.
Oh. Yeah, because it's just like way too much manpower. I don't know. I feel like we all gotta be locked in crazy style for to win with a 3-man. Like that's just like so much effort. Damn, what time is it? I think this might be my last match. Then I gotta fucking go to bed. I don't know. I don't like four-man teams. I don't like 4v4s. I like full-on 5v5s. I might just say fuck it to rank because I like full matches.
Claim their land and hold it for generations to come.
Nice one, man. What the fuck? I got you. Ah, I messed up reloading again. Fuck. I wasn't paying attention to the feed. I didn't know anybody got the sniper. Oh, okay. Guy's not even there anymore. What am I scared of? It's kind of crazy how I can hold it right there. Look, I know I didn't hit all my shots clean, but 5 hits. That last shot was the only one I really missed on too much. Come on, man. Oh, come on. Give me some lenience. Jump over, man. Come on. Oh my god, I was already behind cover and facing the opposite direction. No way he got a headshot. Yeah, shoot me all you want. Oh, god damn it, man. I feel like it might be a Pro League thing. It always annoys me though because that Lancer sucks, man. It always annoys me because every map is like 3 lanes, so having 4 people, it literally feels like nobody's on the map.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Dell! Oh my god!
Abomination.
Damn, that guy's actually taking people's fucking heads off, like no matter what.
Throwing smoke.
Flash out! I see the enemy!
This guy's not even gonna know it. He's not even gonna know it. I missed both of my fucking shots. I hate this shotgun, man. I swear to God, I hate it. I hate it. Definitely not mid. It had nothing on me. See, look at that. If it was my fault, how come I didn't miss that shot? Look at that. Why am I facing this opposite fucking direction, man? Dude. Whoa! Okay. I guess we're just downing people nowadays from absurd ranges. Oh, don't fucking reach around the corner for him. From like 4 different directions, the entire team was shooting at me. Are you serious? Like, what the fuck? I walked into bait or something. What was that? But there's so many of them. I'm gonna die. Oh my God. Okay, we're good. Why is the incendiaries? Yo, is nobody fucking hitting the guy? This thing's pretty hard to fucking aim with for a long period of time. I missed every shot. Oh, I hate the pistol. Oh my God, dude! I don't know what it is with me in cover today. Like I think I am tired. Maybe I'm not moving the analog stick exactly in the ways that I want. Look at that! Wait, no! That one actually wasn't my fault. I pressed right in A and it went backwards? That one actually wasn't fucking my fault. That's crazy. I was trying to help my team. Oh my God! I didn't want to roll that way either, man. What? I don't know. This has to be my last match. I don't know what's... Man, I gotta take me a nap or something. I gotta take me a nap. Turn around, man! Dude, I think I hate this game. I don't know. Oh, nice. Fuck, man. Damn it. I missed my first couple shots. It's my fault.
Flash out!
See, why the fuck did it change my direction like that again? Can it stop fucking doing that? Yo, wait, what is my sensitivity at? That seems so slow. Wait, what the fuck is my 25? That's fine. I don't. Why does it seem so slow right there? Did I kill anybody with that? I didn't even. The guy was right there. I didn't even kill him with that. That better mean he died before I fucking blew myself up. Because that's crazy. I risked my life. I thought I was gonna kill him. I thought they were all pushing in.
Hold your fire!
Get in cover, man, dude. What is going on? So close to that cover that like half of the animation was in one spot. Oh, I'm fucking dead.
I hope you're bulletproof.
Oh, please, I need this. I need this. My queen is kind of dead. Oh my fucking god, the most perfect interception? Are you serious?
Most useful.
Damn, can I swap weapons already? Holy fuck.
Throwing grenade!
Oh my god, jump over! If you were gonna get into cover, why didn't it jump over? Dude, wait, there's something wrong with this. Wait. What the fuck? We're cooked. No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. We can't all go this way, man. What is everybody doing? Like, oh my god. We can't all go in the same fucking room. We gotta flank and shit. Oh my god. Yo, like, what the fuck?
I lifted you up, and this is how you repay my faith? Disgusting.
Oh my god. I want to do one more. Yeah, I'll do one more. I'll do one more. I don't want to play in any of these fucking maps. 2 of them, I guess. Thank God. Thank fucking God. I don't want to play on any of those. I don't want to play on any of these maps either. What the? Alright, All Fathers. Sure. We got it. Oh my God! I kind of want to play on Mercy. There's no Mercy. I'll play on River. What the fuck is playing now? Man, if this shit doesn't fucking load, I'm just going to bed. What? Man, what is happening? I don't know. I guess I'm going to bed. I don't know. This is a sign or something. I wanted to do another match. What the fuck? Yeah, we could have. Oh!
Capture territory.
Fuck no.
Hold your
Sleep? What is
ground.
that?
Here we go again!
Pick up the fucking gun, man! Oh my god. Alright, yeah. It might be time for bed.
On to the next!
Man! Where the fuck did this guy come from? Cog style. Oh, I know I missed a couple of shots, but I shot that guy twice, like half and half. I don't know. Last time I went to school, I heard 50 and 50 made 100, but I don't know. I don't know nothing. Man, what? I missed. Ah, stop moving! I can't shoot you if you're moving.
Just like that.
Only use Boltag? Bet. I only got 9 more shots in it. Oh, we're out of fucking capture, man! Oh my god. Wait! Oh my god! Oh my god. That was such a bad smoke. I can't believe it landed literally on the peakest of peak. It could have landed on. Nice.
Bring it.
Can we just get in already? What? Oh my god. This game's just giving people kills. What the fuck was that?
Get up!
I had to jump on him and everything and I lost? Even though I landed my shot? Yeah, right. Is that a person? Alright.
Who's next?
Got it.
Oh, this is such a sick song. Yo, everybody's just like shooting their shotgun like a million miles away. Yo, somebody pull a Lancer out, please.
That's how it's done. Mine now.
Oh, I feel dizzy. Oh god, I feel dizzy. Wait.
Eat shit and
Okay, I'm
die.
good. I'm good. I'm good. As soon as I missed that shot, I felt dizzy. I think he killed me in an alternate timeline. Oh my fucking god, man! I should have just had my Lancer out. 'Cause I really hate the pistol in this game. The pistol feels like nothing in this game. Oh shit. Oh my fucking god, man! Can I get just one tap? One tap, please? Jesus Christ! I have to risk my life even when I get to jump on somebody, even when I shoot them. Like, what the fuck? I'll land the shot, and landing the shot is like the worst mistake I could ever have in my life. Oh. Speaking about landing fucking shots. Check it. Stop moving. I hate this reticle, man. Oh my god. No. Wait. Oh. They didn't know I was alive. Team games fucking suck. This is just like a 1v5 where I'm on my own. I wouldn't have to think about a team. For real. Can I move, man? Dude, I am mashing A in every direction. Do I need a new controller? What the fuck? I might. I missed. Move! Oh my god. This is my last match. Oh, this is my last match. Fuck it. I don't know what is happening. I feel maybe I'm tired and I don't realize that I'm fucking up on the controller. Maybe it's the sticks. I got you! No! Oh my god. That's not even worth it. It's not, I should have just let you die. Hey.
Incoming frag!
Incoming smoke!
Don't get the fuck away from me. I can't believe that. Oh no. I swear that was it. That was like, oh, I don't know. Maybe that wasn't a decent aim. I guess he wasn't in the middle of my screen. I fucking guess. I'll take it. Maybe some of my shots did go into the wall. I fucking guess. Wait. Man, get the fuck out of my way! What the fuck? Oh my god. Man, get your ass over here. Oh my god. Is he back up? Where the fuck did he go? Oh shit! Get off of the wall, man! Dude, is this my first day playing Gears? It fucking feels like it. It feels like it. I'm playing Ultimate Edition right now. Oh my fucking god, dude. How often is that shit gonna happen? Where I go to get into cover and it slides off of my teammate. Just put me into cover. What the fuck? Oh shit. Just for a little bit of points. Sneak up on this guy. He doesn't know what hit him. He doesn't know what hit him. Watch. Is he dead already? Sick, sick. Oh, please stop moving. Oh, please stop moving. Oh my god. Dude, wait, you can't hear footsteps. What the fuck? That's why he didn't hear me. But he didn't walk all the way up them stairs. No way he spawned right there and shit. What? Oh my fucking god. How many times I gotta shoot people in this fucking game? Is the tuning here? Does it just like make the shotgun weak, or am I going fucking insane? I understand I'm missing shots, but whenever I do land shots, they just like don't matter or something.
Good to go.
Oh my god. I held down and it didn't cancel the slide. Oh, I missed. I missed. I missed. I got him. I got him. Move off of the wall, dude. I'm getting so. Oh my god, I'm getting so tired of this. I am getting so. I'm gonna need a nap. I need a little binky and a nap, dog. This is pissing me off so much. I swear, I am pressing in a direction to roll like away. Look at this shotgun, man. Look at the shotgun. People play this shit, dude. What the fuck? Okay, we're good though. We're good. We're good. We're good. Oh, get off of the wall, please. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Dude, get off of the fucking wall. Oh my god. Yeah, like, Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh my god! I'm the only one here! What was happening down there? Oh my god, they're gonna win! Jump in! Oh. Okay. I'm gonna. Okay, stop. It's not even that hype. Stop. I suck. Oh, dude, 3 fucking shots into your dumbass and you're not even at 80. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You gave your all. It was not enough. And now our doom draws near.
Dude. I want that skin. Wait. I thought he had bunny ears. That's a dope fucking skin. I should look for that. Dog, I understand I was missing shots and my fucking... I understand my shortcomings that match. But I truthfully do feel like there was something wrong with my controller, or at least the connection or something. I don't know. I felt like I was getting stuck to walls. Could be skill issue, but it didn't feel like that yesterday. Even if I was losing yesterday too. It did not feel like that. Alright, but I am gonna go to bed. I think that's why my controller fell off today, because I'm just fucking tired. I think that's what it is. That has to be it. That has to be it. At the end of the day, it was skill issue. At the end of the day, it was skill issue. Come on. Everybody can have an off day. But the shotgun does fucking suck though. I can't believe I landed so many point blanks and like they just didn't fucking matter. Or I'd land like I would land like 3 or 4 like half shots in a row, and none of that shit would ever amount to 100%. That's so fucking crazy. I don't know what the tuning is in ranked, but whatever it is, it fucking sucks. Like it really sucks or something. Probably not Delta Online. It takes up so much space on my computer, and I don't know if I could justify it. I did play it on stream when it first dropped, but like not only does it take a fuck ton of space, but it's so convoluted to kind of get working, just because it's so many files, and anytime there's an update, you gotta like redo the files and shit. I'm pretty sure. So pretty much after the first couple updates, I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm chilling. Yeah, I heard Gears Redux was a pretty simple installation and stuff though. So if anything, I might try that out, but I really hate Gears 1 I really hate Gears of War 1 multiplayer. Isn't Gears 1 multiplayer just people hacking the game? At a certain point, probably. All right. I am gonna go to bed though. I'm so fucking tired. Have a good day, everybody. Have a good day. And Jablonski, I reacted to an Extra Father video earlier. If you're interested in that, you can go watch his video, or you can watch the reaction to it, either or, after the stream is done. But yeah, I'm going to bed.